Good afternoon, Mets fans, and welcome to a slightly tardy edition of Driving with Mr. Met. I am Mr. Met, and as the Mets played in Philadelphia, they played as they've played there for the last 5 years or so, and they won handily last night with a dominant Jacob deGrom on the mound, at least until he got ping-balled with a comebacker. But Jake was good, and the good news is that the Mets hit the cover off the ball last night, and hopefully they can continue that tonight, because tonight is Dom Smith night. So not only is tonight Dom Smith night, but I will also be present for the game. I'm got lucky. My brother got tickets for tonight, and I'm going to meet him down at his house, and we're going to go to the game tonight and see Dom's debut. So the good news for Dom Smith is he gets to debut away from home, and he gets to debut in Philly, where the ball flies and it's a bandbox, etc., etc. And you know, last night was further proof of that. I don't know what it is about Citizens Bank Park, where, you know, honestly, going back to when the Phillies were really good, the Mets did not have the best record there. I mean, it's not like they've always played well or done well in that stadium. But really, since 2013 or 2012, the Mets have just been lights out on fire at Citizens Bank Park. It's almost like they're home away from home. They play so well there. It just makes me wish that the Mets could play the Phillies every day, because, as I had noted this morning, the Phillies actually make the Mets look like a major league team, which is fun these days, because a lot of teams make the Mets look like a minor league team. So I don't know if that's an indictment of the Phillies or a kudos to the Mets, but whatever. Last night's game was fun. Unfortunately, because it was in Philly and because they were playing the Phillies, and for various nonsensical blackout reasons, I was unable to watch the game as it unfolded, but I was able to listen to it and enjoy the stylings of Howie and Josh. They're very much like the Mets TV crew. The Mets radio crew is really fantastic. We are really spoiled as Mets fans to have such terrific voices calling these games, whether it be on television or on the radio. So I want to point that out. I just think we're so lucky to have the crews that we have on the radio and on television. So anyway, as far as the game goes, 4 home runs for the Mets last night. In the first inning, it was Wilmer with a 3-run shot. In the third inning, it was Neil Walker with a home run, and Walker had a very good game last night. He was overdue for a good game, because he has struggled quite a bit since coming off the DL, so he looked pretty good last night. We had a home run from... Oh, come on. Did I forget who hit the third home run? I can't believe it. Oh, Conforto. Yeah, Conforto hit a home run, his 24th of the year, opposite field, right down the line off the foul pole. That kid has tremendous power, and it's nice to see Michael continuing to hit. I will talk a little bit about where he was hitting last night in a second. And then the final home run, of course, was in the 9th inning with Curtis Granderson going yard. So the Mets also added another run in the 9th with not a home run off of a fielder's choice. So 10-0 win, a nice breather kind of win for us as fans, because you know, we need some of these blowout wins every now and again to make us feel good about ourselves. So speaking of Conforto, it came out before the game yesterday that he was going to be batting lower in the lineup, and he was going to be coming out of a leadoff spot. And you know, Ron Darling said it the other night, and I sort of agreed with his sentiment, but at the same time, you know, Ronnie said Conforto should stay in the leadoff hole. He's done so well there, blah, blah, blah. He's not wrong, but look, this Conforto needs to be in an RBI position. He could legitimately have close to 85 to 90 RBIs at this point if he were batting in a run-producing spot in the lineup as opposed to leading things off. He's hit a ton of solo home runs leading off games. And you just saw it from last night. If the Mets have table setters in front of him, he will drive them home. And I don't think that's because they were playing in Philly. I just think it's reality. You Conforto is that kind of a player, so it's nice to see him in the lineup. I don't think he's the cleanup hitter. I think very clearly he is the number 3 hitter in this lineup. But until Cespedes returns to form, I don't know that you have a better option at this point than Conforto. Finally, going back to tonight's game, the Mets have Seth Lugo on the mound. I'll be looking for Lugo to go beyond 5 innings tonight. I think it's important for him to stretch himself out a little bit. We've seen over his last 3 or 4 starts, he's looked really good through the first 2 or 3, or maybe 2.5 times through the order. But by the time the 6th inning comes around, he just completely runs out of gas. So one of 2 things needs to happen. He either needs to be able to stretch himself out, or at the end of the 5th inning, the Mets need to have guys warming up in the bullpen, ready to come in and replace him the second he shows any signs of faltering in the 6th inning. I'm talking like if he throws an errant pitch, if he throws gives up a walk, if he gives up a hit of any kind, that's especially if it's hard hit, he needs to come out of the game. And because I don't want to see the Mets lose a game because they rode Lugo a little bit too long and too hard. So that's the thing I'll be looking for out of Lugo tonight, and out of the Mets, frankly, managing Lugo. And I'm also really looking forward to seeing Dom Smith's debut. Half the reason I'm going is, as I said, the blackout nonsense. I wouldn't have any way to watch the game on TV at home. So luckily I live close enough to Philly and my brother lives down there, that we're able to go to the game tonight. So that'll wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter if you're not already doing so, at Mr_Met. And as always, let's go Mets.